Welcome to the game. The UAAP Final Four picture is gradually coming into focus with players delivering in the clutch time and time again. Now here to break down some of the big-time moments of the men's elimination round is basketball analyst Jarell Lim. Welcome to the studio.
Thank
How
you.
are you doing?
Thank you, Paolo. Thank you, Boom.
Yeah, I got into a street fight.
I mean,
With all the intensity in the UAAP.
What a weekend, huh?
he got that watching the UAAP.
And then he got into a debate daw eh.
Ganon. So, no punches will be thrown here today, at least during the show. Let's take a look at some of the big shot makers here. We have a couple of clips that we want to roll here, and we're going to ask you to break it down. We're going to start off first with one of the big shots from that Ateneo Lasal game. Nelle, in particular, a big shot, a three-pointer with 5:04 left in the game, with and the score tied at the score rather at 61-56 in favor of Lasal. You take a look at Nelle. Just what is it in his DNA that makes him a big shot taker?
One word: confidence. With Nelle, he's been confident ever since his high school days. He brought it to the Sunbed, Red Lions, and all the way to TAF with the Green Archers. So he's just so confident with it. He knows that he's been working on his three-point shot. So whenever he takes it, he just knows it's coming in. And in fact, that fast break play, there could be other aspects to it. He could have, set up a play, pass it on to a better shot. But he knew himself that he could make it. He practices it. So there you go. He made it.
Yeah, but it's a transition three.
Yeah, it's a transition three.
Years ago, that is automatically a bad shot, Jarell.
Exactly. Yep.
What makes it now a good shot in this modern era of basketball?
Aside from, pumasok actually. You know what? That's what coaches always say. Basta pumasok, okay lang.
Okay.
But truth is, with the game evolving, so especially with the rise of the Golden State Warriors, they hit their threes, they look for their threes, in fact, as their first option. That in itself transitioned already to Philippine basketball. And so Coach Topex himself, within his system, encourages the likes of Nelle, Mark Nonoy to pull up and hit those transition threes.
By the way, that was a 6-0 run, I remember, because those were two triples.
Right.
One from Joshua David at the corner, and then that was the second of the two triples that forced the hand of Coach Tab to call that timeout, because they were also in this game before that happened. Even with 5:04 remaining on Bigat, they got the crowd into it, and as you know very well, Jarell, that sometimes plays a
big
part.
factor.
Another shot that he made was actually towards the end of the game with 1:05 left here. This one was arguably bigger considering the circumstance, and of course the score here ended up...
And the defender.
And the defender. And not only that, the situation rin broken play. At what point do you see a guy take over after broken plays and say that, okay, he's the guy who should have the ball in this type of situation with that short clock and with the best defender, one of the best defenders on against him?
Honestly, that shot or the ball could have gone to any other player. And then with the shot clock winding down, anyone can take it basically. But we have to go back. The play was drawn up for the MVP, Kevin Kembao, to take that, that go-ahead basket. But it all fumbled. But I guess the Green Archers are so thankful it landed to Nelle, and he hit that tough one-legged fade runner type of shot. And it's definitely like a really, really difficult shot, as we see here. Over Obasa too.
Over Obasa.
That's what I mean.
Over Obasa.
Obasa is averaging almost 3 blocks a game. And the instinct of, was that Mike Phillips, right? The instinct of Mike Phillips to give it back to him. Right? Because there's some players who will either dribble that out, maybe make a play for themselves. And yes, maybe that's not Mike's thing, but it was him that they looked. You went to the point guard, the veteran, and Nelle obviously was in the right spot, but how tough is that? Look at that. This is the angle to look at.
Oh my goodness. Again, expiring clock, by the way, and he still had the time and the presence of mind to have that little jab step to get free and penetrate as well. Oh my goodness. Okay, wait. I can talk about this all day, Boom. You have to move us on from this.
I forgot.
I forgot.
Okay, let's move on to another one that happened over the weekend. There were many things happened over the weekend. Crazy. Insane game.
So many games.
Between Adamson University and the UE Red Warriors. you know, got to give credit to UE. They were already out of it, but they fought till the end, and they almost had it. And we're talking about that Jack Cruz-Dumont 3. Tell us about that one, Jarell.
Big credit to the Red Warriors. They really fought to win. I mean, they were out basically, but they still played hard. But that 3 by Cruz-Dumont, that was tough. It's a one dribble to the left, pull-up jumper in the three-point line, which is really rare. The last player that I know who mastered that type of move was Aljun Melesio. And now it's Jack Cruz-Dumont who did it, and it hurt the Falcons at first, right?
Yeah.
And in fact, there was an article that recently came up in the post-game that there was a banter between Cruz-Dumont and Montebon, wherein Cruz-Dumont told Montebon that I'm ending your season. And then
He almost did.
and then almost did.
yeah.
And right after the shot, he said, "I told you so."
Right.
Well, no, now since you mentioned Montebon, I think we can go talk about him as well. But again, these guys are actually rookies, right? And being given the license, the confidence to take those shots, how big is that a factor in what we saw in that game between UE and Adamson?
The fact that as a player, you know your coach has the confidence to you, it boosts everything. Like, you know you've been practicing it, you know you've been really working your reps in, so all you need is that confidence, that mental aspect of it.
Let's contextualize, just paint a picture for the audience who may not have known that. So Cruz-Dumont makes the 3. Magbuhos, right, also missed a free throw, the end of the second free throw, which set up this whole thing with Montebon. They did not need a 3 here, and it was also, there were a lot of misdirections, diba, in the play, a lot of screens. He gets, and then steps back to the corner. How tough is that? Mahirap yung kay Cruz-Dumont, but this one's also tougher going to the corner.
Boom, it's ridiculous. That shot was ridiculous. I mean, and it's not even like the corner. It was like dead corner. Like he was,
great
he was
point.
close to the out of bounds and fading away.
Coffin corner.
Coffin corner, to say the least. And he still made it. And it was over a contested. It was contested.
Yeah, it was
by,
contested.
I believe it was Sawat, who was much bigger than him. So.
Who could not have done a better job, honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
what a shot.
It feels like Adamson really like their buzzer beaters, no?
Yeah.
In general.
They love close games.
They love close
They have another one.
Yeah, I was gonna knockout. I was gonna say that I used to know that corner for UP hitting tough threes from then.
and that was on me.
And
Lastimosa on me.
so
Unforgettable. Unforgettable.
Nightmares,
Nightmares.
all right. So when you take a look at the big shots made for all of this, honestly, if you had to pick any of these guys to make a shot for you in particular towards the end, who are you turning to?
Or the ones who are in the Final Four. That's
For the ones in the Final Four,
Well, we can start off first with LaSalle.
Okay.
Right? I would honestly still go for Evan Nelle.
Okay.
Over KQ.
Over KQ.
The reason being?
The reason being is because, in my perspective, all the teams know that KQ's the #1 player right now in the league.
Yeah.
So everyone, I mean,
all attention's there.
All attention's there, so it's easy to adjust against KQ. But for Evan Nelle, everyone knows him as a playmaker. And he's done it time and time again. Even in his Red Lions day, he hit a big shot against that run there.
All right. No explanation needed from a former UP guy. If UP, big shot, who's taking it?
Atin to. Atin to.
Which one?
Paul Desiderio.
Oh, but now.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry, JD Kago.
JD. My.
All right. Okay. That makes
Have
sense.
experience.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Awesome stuff,
Jarell,
Jarell.
thank you again for coming on the show. We
Thank
can't
you,
wait to
thank
have
you.
you again soon.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Mahirap kalimutan kasi si
Oh,
Paul.
he brought them straight up. I get you.
Yup, he's done so much.
Maraming salamat, Jarell. We'll see you soon.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all the time. Download Pilipinas Live now.